Hi guys, welcome to Learn Electronics Repair. I have a bit of a treat for you today. So I went to the car boot sale this morning. Now today I can tell you, although when you watch this will be a while later, because I have a lot of good videos for you guys. Today, as I am recording, it is the 18th of December, Sunday. It's a bit late in the evening now. You can probably see it's going dark behind me if you look into the windows. It goes dark here. We're on almost the shortest day of the year now, so 6:30 in the evening it is dark. But I thought I'd just pop down and do an hour, maybe till 7ish tonight, just to get started on this, because I have really quite a lot of stuff. So I know a lot of you guys really enjoyed the video at the car boot. Let's do it again now. 10 minutes or however long it takes me to walk around. You can have a look at this, you can shout at the screen, you can imagine there's a buy button for anything that you wanted to buy, and during the video you will see what I've bought, yeah, and then I'll talk to you about it. Okay guys, enjoy. Hello. I'm good. Yeah. See.
Ahora le voy a llamar para eso, a ver el partido hoy juega pues hoy la final.
Ojo.
¿Me cambio tiene monedas ahí? ¿Ustedes tienen cambio?
Sí.
¿En la podería?
Claro.
Sí, wow. Joe Miro.
Morning.
Hi Luke.
How are we?
I'm good. Hi Luke.
¿Sabes lo que?
Allí está todo abierto, usted puede mirarlo, lo puede probar. Le gusta bien que no. Sí, mira. Dime, ¿por qué tú tienes? Una novia, ¿no? Tú no te vas a buscar una novia.
También.
Él no se queda preñado.
Hola amigo.
Amigo mío, good morning.
Sí. Sí, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está?
Bien, ¿y tú? Bien.
Yeah. ¿Qué tal?
Ja, zis, po să mă hărțuiască toată viața ei.
So. Ja, ja. Du bist beim Segelschiff
Beim Segelschiff hängen geblieben.
Nicht beim Segelschiff, aber
Mach ich ungefähr Tschüss.
no, por otro lado de Carrefour. Hay un chino, o el siguiente equipo.
Ah, usted no.
I can see you, Richard.
Hi.
Hi.
So hey guys, this is my friend Ollie, who is a fellow YouTuber.
Hi, guys.
Hi, he has a gaming channel called Renting the Zocht, which is German language, and it means gaming for pensioners, see?
Yes.
So this is Ollie. Oh, and Ollie has some computers. Oh,
Yeah, I sell this again because I buy me one for an AMD. Because it's as fast as my computer at home.
Yeah.
And I don't need
exactly.
two of these. But look what I get.
Oh, from the same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. So guys, this motherboard, Ollie beat me to this one last week. It is a, well you see, Asus B150. He paid €30 for this, yeah. It's all boxed with all the manuals, and he brought it to me because he didn't have a suitable processor, and it is working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is that now in this computer?
No. I sell it so the computer is, if this one is up.
Oh, in that case I give you €20 for it.
I need money for to buy another one for AMD.
Yeah.
In the same size.
For your gaming channel?
Yeah. Then I made what is this? A Ryzen 5 5500
fast machine
on it, so I have double to my machine at home.
Yeah.
And I put this little one, then this fast one for the streaming and for the gaming.
Excellent. So wish Ollie luck. Check his channel out, Renting the Zocht. I will put it in the comments and go and see what he does. He's a very funny guy. A very, very funny guy, this man.
Yeah. See you.
See you. Somebody asked what this was on the previous video. It's off a boat, the red light and the green light. And this is like when the boat's in the harbour, so you know which is the port and starboard side at night. So that's what that actually is. Hello. ¿Qué tal? Oh. No. Oh. No, that's one.
Está nuevo ese.
So, Barry? Oh, Barry. Oh, it's Echipe? No. Echipe? Sí, pero Echipe yo no gusto. No, Echipe no. Gracias.
Hey. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres? Madre mía, no rompes. La gafas a 3 euros, la he dejado muy barato. Por ahí lo venden a 5. Hola, señora. Con a ver, Stigler, ¿qué más?
Maybe you look back, look one this. Yes. You maybe later come. Yes. You think? Yeah. Sorry. Pegado.
¿Sí? Acá tiene ferma. ¿Qué pasa, buenos días? Dígame, caballero.
¿Dónde el cargador?
No, cargador no, eso viene en suelto.
Solo este.
لا القلم
Varios precios.
وهي واش حنا كنلعبوا انا غير كنبيعوا الشيء
The orgasmatron? Not orgasmatron.
Oh, sì, 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 sì. 这要是多少个大满肚子大。
Buenos días.
Mira.
China. Y funciona.
Perdón.
Funciona.
¿De cuánto este?
10.
10? Vale.
No todavía. No está terminado.
Sí, es que hay dos casos.
Deja la navajilla esa chiquitilla que tenía.
¿Cuánto las tiene esta?
Dau eu baterii. Acolo un colț am
So guys, I hope you enjoyed that and you've seen what I've bought. I'll just show you a little bit closer. There is no car boot sale next Sunday or the Sunday after because they are Christmas Day and New Year's Day respectively. Both are public holidays here ahead of the major public holiday on the 6th of January. But both the 25th and the 1st are public holidays. So of course, being a public holiday, there's no car boot sale. Which, if you think about it, makes perfect sense because it's a public holiday. So how can all the traders go to the beach if they've got to work? Yeah. So there ain't. We have a holiday here. People take a holiday. Everywhere's shut. So there won't be any more car boots for 3 weeks. After, when you're watching this, it might be a week and a bit. But let's have a look at what I bought at this one. I spent rather a lot of money. So this guy, you saw them on the video, sold me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 PCs. Now, these ones I know are old machines. This one. I think that one was as well, yeah. And there's another one. The only one I did actually open up was that one, because I was a little bit uncertain, and that's quite an old machine as well. And I wanted to buy the ones I was interested in from the guy, and I think I came to a price of €70. So that was 15 each for the ones I want, a tenner for this thing. And he, as usual, sold me all of them. So I have 9 machines for €90. Okay, I paid €90 for all these machines, and I hope to make a profit from them. You also saw on the video, if you watched it, I have something in a plastic bag, a carrier bag. For those of you who watched the video, you saw me buy it, you know exactly what it is. For those of you who didn't, well, I'm not going to have any spoilers here. You'll just have to wait, won't you, for not watching. Okay, so anyway, let's begin. Let's have a look at these. We'll start with these boring looking things, I think, first, and then kind of work our way through. I will keep a running tally on the screen on this video. We'll do something different, so you will see the tally start at -100. And as I find things and we'll look on eBay that are worth something, we will reduce the amount and hopefully it will go positive, and at the end we will have a profit. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys, so get yourself your leftover mince pies, your beer, your brandy, your coffee, or whatever else your favourite tipple is, and let's begin. So here is the first machine, a little Lenovo. It says Intel inside. I have absolutely no idea what is inside this, but it has a very, very small CPU fan. But I don't think it's very old, so I think it's just like a bit rubbish. But having said that, there's only 2 USBs on this. There's no USB. Oh yeah, there's one blue one. So it can't be very old. So can we knock any off our debt of €100 so far? Every machine owes me €10. Maybe some I will not get the €10 out, but I believe there are some I will get considerably more. Okay, what is this thing? Well, it's that, yeah, so no power supply in this. Oh, there's a hard drive in it. Oh, is that the hard drive? I don't see a power supply. This thing having, oh yeah, look, it's like a Lenovo laptop supply. Yeah, it's like a Lenovo laptop supply. I think we'll plug my universal supply in this and see what it is. That's tiny. That's tiny, yeah. There's one PCIe, a Wi-Fi card. Okay, let's connect a power supply, see what this is, if it does anything. I have the power supply ready here. This will plug in like a laptop. We can switch this on. No lights on this, I can't say anything. We will have to find the on-off switch, which it must have somewhere, I guess. On top, and it switches on. Oh, and the CD-ROM, or DVD-ROM that pops out. Does it do anything else there? There's a little RAM card in there. Does it do anything else? Let's attach a monitor. So this has a VGA connector on it. Plug that into it. I heard no bleeps or anything out of it, so I don't think it's doing anything. Well, there's a blue light on the monitor but no picture. VGA, no signal. Okay, so this isn't booting up. Let's have a look, see if we can fix it. I'll disconnect the hard drive and the DVD-ROM for that matter. We can take both of these off. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's a power off both of those. Can go there. And it's come back on again by itself. Oh, and I have a picture. I hadn't realised while I was doing that it came back on by itself, and I have a picture. I'll show you. I will sort out about the capture from VGA in the new year when some more equipment arrives. But let's see. So switch on. Power it back on again. Blue lights on the monitor. Lenovo. No operating system. Okay. Switch off and stay off this time. I'll connect the power back to the hard drive. Okay, it's back on. That's it now. So I'll leave the optical drive disconnected for the moment. Let's try it again. Blue lights on. Lenovo. Thinking about it. And it's booting and it's Windows 10 probably. While that's booting up, I'll get a keyboard and mouse. Yeah, it's still loading. It's not the fastest thing in the world. Oh, whoa, whoa, that took me by surprise. Orange screen. Preparing Windows, do not switch off your computer. Or the equipment, it does say. And we have the date on. The time is about 50 minutes ahead of where it should be. Can we get into it? Password. Okay. No, I can't get in because of the password. I'm not going to hack somebody's machine, really. But this seems to have been used recently. I'll boot off my Windows 10, which it probably will do. And then we can have a look with Specky and see what this machine actually is. Okay, I've put my little 60GB SSD on, which I use to boot various machines and just to test graphics cards with. Quite a handy little thing, really. It's just, well, it's here, yeah. This thing. And we are now in Windows. So we can have a look now to see what this machine actually is. I've connected the original hard drive as a secondary hard drive, if you like, so I should hopefully be able to see what size that is as well. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's 439 gig, it says. Well, that's the partition size on it. And it says it's Windows 8, strangely enough, but it looks like Windows 10 to me. Obviously, you see my hard drive is practically full, my little drive. Let's have a look at Specky. It's a Celeron J1800 with 4 gig of RAM. Okay. And it has a 465 gigabyte hard drive. That's a bit of a strange size, but that's what we have. Yeah, I think you can probably see it now. Maybe not totally focused, but hopefully you can actually see it. So that's what's in the machine. Is it saleable, this thing? What is it? I assume this J1800 is kind of like a mobile processor. So that's what we actually have in this machine. I wonder if it's even saleable. Given the fact I don't have a power supply apart from my test one, so it needs a power supply, I don't really think this is something I could sell, unfortunately. I can probably keep the RAM useful for testing laptops, I'm sure, keep the Wi-Fi card just as a spare in case I ever need one. A bit of a shame, but I just don't see a market for this machine, so I think we will leave that at -100. What I may do though is take the bits I want, the hard drive, maybe we'll use, and then maybe I can use this case. It's quite a nice case actually, this, without the front on. Perhaps just fit something plastic here and use this for my dummy load project. Yeah, I think that's probably the most useful thing to do with that. So although I'm going to take the RAM, the hard drive and the wireless adapter, I'm actually going to put it down as not worth any money. Yeah, let's have a look at the next one. So there's only 2 of these uninteresting machines in this, what I think. All the rest are like proper computers. Yeah, this one's a HP. Oh, it has a graphics card in. Yeah, obviously it has a graphics card in because it's at the back there. It has a graphics card in that's 2 brackets wide. Oh, no hard drive in this one. Oh, CPU is it? Well, I thought it was a socket 775 M2N. Oh, I don't know. M2N 68. Okay. I've seen these M2 whatever before, and I can't just quite remember what they are. It has onboard video as well. This one has a proper power supply, so we can have a look for short circuits, and if we don't see any, we can power this one up. Okay. Ohms. Not Sherlock, just ohm. Yeah, fine. Fine, absolutely fine. Unless something in the power supply wants to go bang, of course. Is this an AMD machine? It says AMD on the front, yeah. AMD Athlon 2 it says. That's what it is. I thought I'd seen these motherboards before. can we get any money out of this one for €10? I'll switch the light bulb on. I'll put it where you can see it. Okay, you can't quite see it, but you'll see the light from it, that's for sure. We'll switch this on, and the bulb came on and went out, so that's absolutely fine. So we'll switch it to direct mains. We'll switch it on again. Let's see if we can start it. That's it, unplugged on the top. Fans are going. Oh, I can see some more RAM in this. It's got control of the fan. That's a good sign. There's a RAM stick lying around down there. Can you see it? Let's plug it in. And the blue light came on the monitor. And this one is working. Okay. We have another working machine. I think I'll do the same with this as last time. I'll just have a look at this RAM strip first, and then if it's of a suitable spec, we'll try and boot it from my Windows 10. But I think, you know, being an Athlon 2, probably not. I've switched it off at the mains, so here we have another strip of RAM. It's 2 GB. What's the other one? A matching 2 GB. That's obviously just fell out of the machine. Okay. So we have 4 GB of RAM, which is enough. Can't we actually run Windows 10 on this off my SSD? Shall we try? Just for the fun of it. Will it run such an operating system? Which one do I want? Saturn 1 is that one. Okay. Although I suspect it would probably boot from any of them. Power. And if we can get into Windows 10, we can have a look to see what's fitted. What's this GPU, for example? Okay. Power on. If it does boot, I'll put my keyboard and mouse on. Oh, this has HDMI on. I'm going to connect my capture card to this, I think. Well, interestingly, now it doesn't actually give a picture with my hard drive on. It's obviously booted. I think it's thinking about it. Oh, you know, maybe because this is like UEFI boot and it just won't boot off it. Let me go and... yeah, that makes sense. We'll try the capture card, and I've got a non-UEFI Windows 10. Let's try it. Okay, guys, it seems quite happy with the capture card. You can see, you can also see the screen there as well. But I'm sure the capture card is much better. I'll go get a keyboard and mouse, and then let's see what this machine is. Well, it's still booting up. You see the colour bars, that's going to be from my capture card. And it looks like it is going to boot Windows 10 on this Athlon, is it? Yeah, Athlon 2. Okay. I'm not sure how usable it would be, but it's obviously booting it. In fact, you can see the machine there, yeah, with my keyboard on top of it. I can disconnect the VGA. I have them both plugged in at the moment, but we're using the HDMI. And we're in Windows. So what do we have? This hard drive doesn't have Specky on it, unfortunately. I could install that. But I'm fairly sure from the control panel we can find what we want. Device manager. Okay. So the graphics card is a GT640. Okay. The processor is on here somewhere. Processor is an Athlon X2215. So that's what we have exactly in our computer. Let's have a look to see if we could get any money for the processor, and let's have a look to see if we could get any money for the graphics card. I think we can actually bring our debts down with this one. Let's have a look. We have an Athlon X2 215. And we have about £10. Now, let's be fair and let's be reasonable. Have any of these sold? Yeah, we can't really count it as money in the bank if they haven't sold. Yes, one sold there for 540, one sold for 9, one sold for 15. So therefore, I think as an average, I think we can put 10. So that's 10 off. We now owe 90. How about the graphics card? GT640. Okay, that one. Wow. Well, these are sold listings. Yeah, these are actually sold listings. So these were even yesterday. Okay, so 65. Well, that's something a bit different. This is the same. 37, 30, 49, 37. I think we're gonna have to put 30. That was free postage. 37. Okay, all right, so we have 10 and 37. That's a big 47 euros, and this is in pounds, which by the way is more in euros. In fact, actually it's so much more, I'll work it out. Let's have a look. So we have 47 pounds to euros. 53.90. That's 54 euros. Ka-ching, guys. Okay, let's continue with the next one. I didn't include the value of the motherboard because I find these type of motherboards very hard to sell. It's much easier to sell the Asus and Gigabyte and such like. But we could have a look as well just to see if any of these have sold recently. M2N68LA. Well, that's actually a complete motherboard with the processor. That is just the motherboard, and that one sold a couple of days ago, and there's another one there that's sold. So I think we do have to include the motherboard in this as well. They are selling rather well, so we have to add another £30 to our total, really, which brings us up to 77, 88 euros. That's pretty much got our money back. Okay, now we will continue. Well, we have some money back, not quite in profit yet. Let's look at the third one of the 9. So this is another Hewlett Packard. Basically owes me 10 euros, the same as all the other ones do. This had Windows XP on, or has. It's quite old. I'm not sure what that is. Probably nothing. Oh no, it's like a drive caddy. Yeah, it's like a drive caddy with a funny connection in the bottom. This is it's a one of those front panel thing. This says DVD-ROM, but there's a DVD here. I'm guessing this is just a switch or something. What's this? Another DVD, but these are black ones, so they're not worth anything. Let's open this machine up and have a look what is inside it. Okay, well, we opened it the other side. That's the first thing. It has large thumb screws on. I like the large thumb screws. If they will come off the case, yes. So I have something that I like. Not exactly like 10 euros worth. Okay. Well, this is a AGP machine. That's a surprise. That's a surprise. This is an AGP machine. I didn't know that. It has an Asus graphics card in it. Okay. It's I'm not sure what the processor is, to be quite honest. Is there anything on the front of it? It's Intel. It's an Intel board. Does it have a hard? Yeah, it has a hard drive SATA. This is not a socket 775 with AGP, is it? By any chance? Let's see if there's shorts on. Let's try powering it up. Okay, let's get a ground. I've broken my meter lead. I need another one. I thought I have some. No shorts there. So safe to plug it in. I'll switch the current limiter off and let's throw caution to the wind. See if anything exciting happens when we switch this on. No. It powers on. It's got control of the fan. I think this is going to work. Just like a little Wi-Fi card in with a broken antenna. You know, I think this is actually going to work. Let me get my monitor cable. Yeah. It's loading the hard drive. I can hear it. You can probably hear it. It's reading the hard drive. It's booting. Set the camera where you can see it. It has Windows 7 on, actually. I'll show you in a moment. There you go, you can see it. It has Windows 7 and it's just booted up. Okay. There. So what's inside this thing? I better get a mouse. I don't have any mouse or keyboard plugged into it. Well, it's found the mouse. No, don't want to do that. Looks like this photo was taken locally. Playa del Inglés. This is about 20 minutes walk from my house. Let's go control panel to control. Hardware and sound. Network, screen. Okay. Power saving. This one. Administrador de dispositivos. See. Okay, so we have. It's a Pentium D, so that's like one of the least exciting things I can think of. Fans have just come on faster. It's a graphics card. This one. That's a printer. This one. It's a GeForce 8400GS. Okay, I'm going to take the motherboard out of this. I want to see what it is. I'm thinking now actually it isn't AGP, it is PCIe. Size hard drive do we have? Final program. It's a 250 gig or thereabouts hard drive. Okay. I don't know why I thought at first this was a AGP machine because it's PCIe. I'm not sure there's anything of any value on this, but I didn't expect there to be really. Yeah, PCIe, as I corrected myself. Okay, graphics card might be worth the €10 I paid for it. It's a P5LP-LE motherboard. We can have a quick look at that, but I don't think it'll be worth anything. And we have some RAM, which I guess can go into my stash of RAM. Motherboard. Oh, okay, I'm not even going to bother at that price because it probably won't sell easily anyway, so we can discount that. The Pentium D, not really worth bothering. How about the graphics card? EN8400 GS. Do they sell at all? There's an actual one that I have. Advanced. Sold. Yeah, they do. We can call that £10. That one sold 10th of December, 10 days ago. 6th of December, 5th of December. So these sell fairly regularly. We'll call that £10 and add it onto our running total. And here is the next one. You can see the case, Aero Cool. It's obviously cool because it has this, yeah? How cool is that? Whoa, that's a big fan. It has a minimum and maximum control on it. It's just a shame, really, that this is damaged. The top cover things are broken off it. That's a real shame because it might have been quite nice and possibly quite useful. Weighs a ton. This case is heavy, yeah. So let's have a look to see what is inside it. Well, there's a bit of RAM lying around. This is a PCIe machine like the last one. 3 PCI, 1 PCIe. Intel. The 8i945. I am pretty certain this is a socket 775, but it's like Pentium 4 before the dual core and the other things like that, Core 2 Duo. Yeah, that's what I think it is. One SATA hard drive. And yeah, it's a complete machine apart from the RAM, which is just rattling around in it. So I think we can power this one up as well and see, is this the correct RAM? Yeah, it's the right RAM. I think it's just fell out. It's not going in easily. That's it, with quite a clunk. Okay guys, so we'll do all the usual things. Somebody was asking why I only checked for shorts on the 12 volts. Well, the reason is basically because this connector supplies the VRMs for the CPU and quite often for the PCH, but normally that's coming from the other 12 volts, but certainly for the CPU. This circuitry is like the main power circuitry on the motherboard. This is doing the hardest work, and if something is going to go short, it's likely one of these high side MOSFETs, and if that happens, then the 12 volts will go straight into the CPU, which isn't good for the CPU. But also, depending how good your power supply is at tripping out when there's a short, you may actually damage the PSU as well. So really, that's why I checked that one. The other ones are not so important. Although, if you guys have other ideas on that, comments below, yeah. If you think differently, it's fine. Everybody has their own opinions. Okay, so there's no short, yeah. It's reading 47 ohms, but it's actually a bit low, that is actually. 47 ohms, that is like a bit low. That's what you might actually see if you do have shorted high side VRMs. Depending on the processor, it may read something like this. It may just read a few ohms. So what I'm going to do with this one is take the CPU out and see if that reading changes, yeah? And I didn't know this was going to do this, by the way. That's absolutely coincidence. Yeah, but let's have a look. Okay, so this is the CPU. It is a oh, this is a Core 2 Duo. This is a newer board than I thought. Okay, take back what I said about the 945. It does support Core 2 Duo. Let's take the CPU off here. If it doesn't change, it may just be the power supply that's giving us that reading. Let's just take this out. Okay, so that still reads 47, yeah? Disconnect the 12 volts. Now let's see what it reads. Well, that's reading high, and that side's ground anyway. Yeah? So in this case, the resistance I'm reading is actually from the power supply, which is a little bit unusual. We'll connect it back up. I'll put the CPU back in, and we'll power this power supply up with the light bulb in series. Blow a bit of dust out of there, and let's see what it does. I've just rested my CPU cooler on top for now. We'll put this on, and the light bulb went on and went dim. You didn't see it. I didn't realise the mains was switched on. I'll do it again so you can see it. Okay, the bulb's up under here. Hopefully the capacitors have discharged a bit, so it will do it again. Yeah, you saw it on and off, so that's okay. So we can take the light bulb out, switch this on. I'll just move this huge fan a little bit so it doesn't catch on something. Switch it on, and let's try and power this up. I'm not sure if that's the on switch. Yeah, apparently this is the on switch. And it's not doing anything. Okay, let's take the motherboard out of this one. It may be a power supply problem. It's definitely not switching on. It could be something else. I'll take the hard drive out at the same time, and then let's try it on the bench with a known good power supply. We have the motherboard then, GA8i1945 GZME. So this is in fact a Core 2, as I knew. 1 PCIe, 3 PCI. The graphics card is a little one, Club 3D. It says S51B on it. I don't think there's anything particularly interesting. The hard drive's a 200 gig. Let's see if we can actually power this up with a good power supply. I've just taken the RAM out for a moment. We'll connect the switch. We'll just see where it goes. Yeah, there. Yep, definitely there. Power supply on. What does it do? It powers up, and it's bleeping for no RAM. So this looks like we have a dead ATX power supply. It's a 450 watt. I don't think it's worth me repairing it, to be quite honest, as I have quite a lot of them. I'll put the RAM in. Let's connect the monitor and see if we get a picture. Well, one bleep, good sign. Blue light on the monitor, good sign. And this one works. So let's get the hard drive and we'll have a look. At the moment I only have one RAM in, so I'll just check how much. Having said that, it's a 1 gig strip and it was working before, I assume. So let's try it. I just noticed actually something a bit strange with this. I'll boot it back up again. So it's saying that the CPU is running at 350 megahertz. So we get to the BIOS. Maybe just load the BIOS defaults or something. Let's have a look. I'll load the optimized defaults. That seems like a sensible thing to do. Okay. Okay, and then let's try that. Oh, okay. Well, it still says it's 350 megahertz CPU clock. I'm not really sure if that's telling me the truth. I'll attach the hard drive that came with it, and then let's see what Windows tells us. Windows XP then. And this has a password on. No, it's Windows 7. Huh, I thought it was XP. Not found the mouse yet. It has a password on it. I'm not going to go into it easily. I know there's ways to get into them, but I really don't like messing around with other people's machines, to be quite honest. I'll try and boot from a known good drive of mine. As you can see, guys, I actually ended up booting Windows 10. It wouldn't boot off my Windows 7 disk for some reason. So we have it running. I put an extra, well, I changed the RAM, so I have two 2 gig strips in there, giving it 4 gig. That's enough. I think it's correctly identifying the CPU at 1.86 gigahertz. I will have a look, but that's what it finds there. Strange that the BIOS reports differently, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't think this one is actually worth anything really anyway, this motherboard. We can have a look on eBay and then we can actually check to see if the CPU is actually being identified correctly. In fact, actually, I'll do it the opposite way round. Let's just zoom down. And yes, in fact, it is identifying it correctly. Okay, so the motherboard is obviously good. I still don't think it has any value, but we can have a quick look. Well, there's one there being offered for sale, but that's not the same thing as sold, yeah? Advanced. This will tell us the truth of it. Oh, well, there you go. So that one sold, but a while back on the 20th of October. So it's not something that sells regularly, but it does sell. I'm actually not going to add this to the list of money, although one did sell because it sold really quite a long time ago, and I'm not sure, considering there are some for sale. You know what, I think in fairness, shall we just put it down as £20 and I'll probably sell it for that? I think that's reasonable. Okay, next. The graphics card is a 7300 LE, and these do sell, and they sell regularly. So 20th December, 20th, 14th, back in November. So these do sell. I think £15 is reasonable. Some have fetched more, but that seems to be a good price. That one was a little bit less, but I'm pretty sure we can put this down as £15, considering some of these have $12.55 postage on them from the USA. So yeah, we'll call that 15. There is one other thing I'd like to try with this, and that's this. Yeah, this big cooling fan. Let's see if it actually works. It sounds a bit rattly. Let's have a go. So it just connects to the 12 volt. Okay, lift it up a little bit. Let's see if it actually spins. Oh, it does, and it doesn't rattle once you tip it up more vertical, yeah. When it's vertical, it doesn't rattle. That's on max. Minimum. And that kicks out a fair draft, actually. Yeah, but when you lie it down, it rattles, but that's probably fine. Switch that off. It's a shame about this case, the front being damaged. It probably really will end up in the trash, and that is a bit of a shame because I think it was quite nice actually. I could have probably used that for one of my builds. Oh well, never mind. So this one didn't make a loss, and it did add a little bit to the total. So let's move on to the next one. We're not doing particularly well then, although we do have 4 working machines. It seems that this guy basically sells me working machines, yeah. This one is in this, well, you can see it, yeah, it's in this case. It's a bit broken, one of the plastic things is missing on the other side actually, and it's a bit scuffed and rubbed and generally not in very good condition. Needs refurbishment, yeah. Certified for Windows, AMD socket AM2, which doesn't have a CPU in. This is the thing that's broken off. It's another shame because it was a bit interesting, this case. This is all kind of like bent as well here, but I mean that could be fixed fairly easily, I would think. And I guess this piece of plastic can be replaced fairly easy. It looks like some things have been cut off here. Strangely enough, like bits of wire, yeah. Don't ask me about that, I really don't know. And this is what we have. Ah, there's the other piece of the case from the front. Or from the side, yeah. Stick of RAM. A fan. Another PCIe machine. No hard drive in this one. No power supply in this one. We have 2 optical drives. What are they? Oh, they're beige ones, yeah, so they can come out. Oh, what's that? This thing. I guess that might be part of the case. And I'm sorry I bumped into the microphone, guys. Yeah, you can see it moving, swinging around. Okay. So, that's what we have. I'll take stuff out of this. It's a nice thing in a way. It's just a shame that the condition this is in. It's a bit kind of like retro, I suppose. Again, it seems a bit of a shame to throw this cabinet away. Oh, these are all taped up, and these go to that thing on the front. Blue tape to match the blue ATX case. Alright, let's get this apart and see what we have. Samsung Super Right Master DVD writer, beige, quite nice, and we know what they're worth, about £12, okay. And there's a DVD ROM. We know we have £24 there. We know what they're worth. We know these are about £8 for a nice clean beige one. We have there. What should we call that? Let's call it 30. Yeah, ka-ching. This is a silent, whatever it is. GeForce 8500 GT 512 meg. We can look it up. Little Win TV card, not really worth anything, and a little sound card. I doubt it's worth anything, but we can look at that graphics card. This is the motherboard. So I found the other strip of RAM while you saw it rattling around inside. These are, these are 2 gig strips. Well, those 2 are. No, that's a 1. That's a 2. Is this a 1 again? Yeah, it would make sense. That's a 2. That's another 2. And yeah, this one's a 1, but this was rattling around inside the machine, okay? So I think we can say we have 3 2 gig strips here of DDR2. Yeah, DDR2, I thought it would be. I'm guessing that if we put a pair in 1 and 3, that's a good thing to do with them. This RAM isn't really of any value, I don't think. What's most worrying about this is the fact that the heatsink is missing from the PCH. That's not good. I mean, I may find something off a scrapboard that fits. If it was a fancy one, I don't have it. And this is an AM2 socket. Do I have a suitable CPU? If I have, I'll power it up and see if this actually boots up. And while we're going to do that, let's see if it's actually worth anything first. Is it worth looking at, considering the missing heatsink on here? So, unless it's worth a reasonable amount of money, it probably isn't worth the bother. GA-M56S-S3. Let's have a look, see if any have sold again. And we can look for the graphics card while we're at this. Well, one sold for 36 October, another one sold November, 35. That's a completely different, but no, that's a different board. So only one sold, and it was back in October for 36. And now we can see the heatsink, how it should look on there. Can I get a bigger picture? Possibly not. Well, yeah, you can see it there. So that's how it should look. I can possibly find something like that fits. Let's just check the graphics card while we are here. Yeah, okay. Of low value, but do they sell? Yeah, what couple sold? Well, that one actually went for €4 on the auction. I'm not sure whether to actually. Let's see, November, December. Yeah, they sell. Let's put it down for £10. Yeah, they sell it fairly regularly actually. £10. While I am here, I'm going to look for this other thing I took out the front. I'll show it you in a moment, but it's an Aerocool power watch. Let's have a look. I've not seen one of these before. Well, there's one there. Yeah, I can see one of them. They're not common. Sold in December for $13.50. So ours is not a box, but I think we can put this down. That as being £10 as well. So that's another 10. Yeah, so we've got 20 off this already, regardless of the motherboard. Also, I noticed this motherboard needs recapping. You can see yourself. So this one's gone, this one's gone, this one's gone. This is probably bad anyway. And we have more of them here. So it needs recapping. I think, guys, considering that the heatsink's missing off this, and also there's more capacitors gone down here, I actually think I'm not going to bother with the motherboard for the value of it, but I have €20 from the graphics card and the Aerocool. This, yeah. I'll power this up and see what it does. And I have the money from the internal drives as well. Actually, guys, I had a look at this. This has a cable missing that plugs onto here, the little 4-pin connector. It says power plus 12 volt plus 5 volts, and I'm assuming pretty much the middle 2 pins will be ground. I don't have a suitable one. I have lots of old cables and things lying around, but none fit into there. So I'll put us on one side for now. I'm sure I will find one at some point. I could always solder some wires if I dismantle it, I guess, but I'm pretty confident I'll find one of those lying around in some scrap thing sooner or later. It has lots of these on. These are the thermocouples, so they all seem to be there at least. It's pretty much this cable that's missing. So we'll discount that for now. We'll just stick with what we have here, and we can say that we have £40 worth. Fairly confident with that. These are normally working, so we'll ring that up on the till and we'll move on to the next one. We're making a little bit of money now, but nothing particularly valuable yet, but I do think I've probably saved the better ones for last. Okay, let's have a look.